I'm privileged to go to a lot of different schools, and I've gone to Barnes & Noble and different bookstores and spoken in front of groups, mostly on Native things, Native stories. One thing I really like to do is a lot of Q&A. I recently did it with a school over here called the Farm School in Woodland Hills, California. And invariably the children will ask me about Native names. Can I have a Native name? And I tell them I'm not a shaman, I'm a storyteller, and I really am not capable of giving them a Native name, and usually you have to earn your Native name. And at this one particular school, the students were asking me, well, how can I earn a Native name? I mentioned that you might receive a name, sometimes several different names over a period of lifetime. And there was a young, I thought it was a boy sitting beside me that had long hair, and I mentioned that this person was very, very quiet. I said, for instance, this young person might be called the Quiet One. And then he kind of laughed, and all the other children laughed about it. And then somebody asked me a question about, are there any gay Indians? And I said, well, actually, there are gay Indians. There have been gay Indians. I'm sure there are. And most of the time, they're not suppressed or laughed at or anything. They're just considered another spirit. In fact, there were two that back in the late 1800s represented the Hopi and the Zuni tribe. And what happened was they went to Washington, D.C. representing their tribes. They came back and they mostly liked to stay with the ladies, and that, of course, was their choice. And then all of a sudden this young lad that was next to me, this young boy, started to snicker, gay, 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 and he started to make fun of it. And so I looked over at him and I says, well, now that's what's happened is you've essentially earned a new name. And he says, oh, what's that? And I says, now your name is Smartass, because you're a smartass. And he says, oh, no, no, I don't want to be a smartass. And I says, well, what you have to do is you have to earn a new name. So I left, and about 6, 8 months after that, I was walking through the mall. I was going over to my AFL class to learn how to use computers a little bit better, which is hopeless in my case. And what happened as I was walking through the mall, I looked up, and this young boy is calling out at me, Gray Wolf, Gray Wolf. And I turned around and smiled, and it was this young boy. And I says, oh, hello, how are you? And he says, oh, fine, thank you. He was with 3 other ladies and 1 other young man, and he was dressed very nicely. He looked nice and clean. His hair wasn't as long and straggly, although it was still long. And so I asked him how he was doing. He says, fine, and I want to introduce you to my friends. And after we passed introductions around, I told him I have to leave, and can you tell me now what your name is? And he said quietly, Quiet One. And I said, oh. And turned around and left. And as I walked away, one of the girls said to him, what is that all about? And when somebody had asked me at the class about receiving a Native name, I took my fingers as if to turn a key across my lips and said secret. And when she asked him what was this all about, he simply turned to her and said quiet. It was a secret. And I just smiled and thought, now he's not a smart ass.